Today I am going to reveal some of the most expensive, rarest and most downright bizarre embroidery materials used in haute couture to create million-euro pieces. And make sure you watch until the end, because the last material is so strange you'll almost think it can't be real. Hi everyone, my name is Yelena. I'm an embroidery artist and founder of Haute Couture Embroidery School, and I've been working for many years with a huge variety of unusual and very expensive materials. So let's jump straight into the first one on the list. We start with silk. I know it sounds like such a normal material, but we are not talking about regular store-bought silk. We are talking about silk threads whose production was a closely guarded secret kept for centuries by just a few artisan families. These silks were used for ceremonial robes and even for imperial courts. Some varieties like Komihimo silk have longer fibers, more strength and a shine that no other silk can copy. A single small skein can easily cost dozens or even hundreds of euros. When you use it, it feels alive. It catches the light and gives the fabric an almost liquid depth. When big fashion houses want embroidery with an organic, unmatched glow, they choose exactly this exclusive silk thread. Think of the petals of a wedding flower that looks like they wet with dew. Often that's thanks to silk like this. A little technical secret: unlike cotton, you almost always use a single flat strand of silk. To increase the reflective surface, you need ultra-fine, perfectly polished needles, so they glide between the fibers without snagging. It's a material that doesn't forgive mistakes, but the result is liquid poetry. And if this already feels like the height of luxury, wait until you discover pure gold used as an embroidery material. Here we step into the realm of truly unrestrained luxury. Metal thread embroidery or gold work has existed for thousands of years. It decorated the robes of pharaohs, Roman emperors, and popes. It was a symbol of absolute power. But what does it really mean to embroider with gold? Today we are not talking about a gold-colored thread. We are talking about a silk core wrapped in a pure 24-karat gold leaf. These threads are incredibly expensive. Not just because of the gold itself, but because working with them requires skills that only a few masters in the world still have. A single 25-gram spool of fine gold thread can easily cost 150 to 180 euros, and for a complex embroidery you'll need several of them. The most fascinating technique is couching. The gold thread almost never passes through the fabric because it would break and get damaged. Instead, it's laid on the surface and held in place with tiny invisible stitches of silk thread. Gold work allows you to create designs that are complex and almost sculptural. Haute couture ateliers use this technique for motifs and baroque decorations that will literally never fade. We also offer an introductory goldwork course at our school. Please let me know if you would like to have it in English. Here is a trade secret. There is a tool that looks like it came from an alchemist's lab. The meilleur is kind of stiletto with a rounded tip, once made of bone or ivory, used to guide and flatten the gold threads without ever touching them with your fingers. The natural oils of the skin can oxidize them and ruin their shine forever. It's a material that demands respect, almost a kind of reverence. Now, custom crystals and natural pearls. When we think of sparkling embroidery, we immediately think of crystals. But in haute couture, forget standard crystals. Big fashion houses like Schiaparelli or Dior collaborate with companies like Swarovski to create custom crystals just for the collection they are working on. That means special cuts, colors, and changing iridescent effects exclusive to a single collection. Imagine wanting to reproduce the exact colors of the northern lights on a gown. Developing a custom color or cut can cost tens of thousands of euros even before the first crystal is produced and then sewn on by hand, one at a time.
Ecco perché certi abiti richiedono migliaia di ore di lavoro e possono raggiungere quotazioni da appartamento di lusso. Ma il vero lusso si spinge ancora più in là. Parliamo di perle.
Not glass pearls, but natural pearls or extremely high quality ones, chosen one by one. For ultra-exclusive projects, artisans use baroque pearls, each one different from the next, to create organic, unrepeatable textures. If your curiosity is already tingling, this is the perfect moment to subscribe to the channel and hit like. Click that button because from now on our exploration gets even bolder. And what if I told you that some of the chicest embroideries are made with a material you'd expect on a summer hat? Yes, I'm talking about raffia, but not the rough kind you know. In Haute Couture they use an ultra-fine raffia, often Japanese, dyed in hundreds of colors. A single 100 grams spool of this special raffia can cost between 15 and 25 euros, a remarkable price for a cellulose-based material. Chanel is a master at using it to create entire jackets with a matte, natural, yet incredibly sophisticated texture. Even more surprising is straw. Yes, you heard that right, straw, but not barn straw. We are talking about rye straw, or in the finest work, so-called silk straw, which is actually ultra-thin sheets of viscose and silk pressed and cut. When it's embroidered, it has a shine similar to mother of pearl. The atelier Jean-Pierre Ollier in Paris is one of the legendary names in this ancient art, creating straw inlays on dresses that look like paintings made of light. The secret to taming these natural materials is moisture. Straw and raffia should be slightly damp to make them flexible and keep them from snapping if they are a bit dry. The needle is often an upholstery needle with a wide eye, and the stitches must be long and flat to enhance the shine. It's an ongoing dialogue with a very organic and very capricious material, and learning how to talk to different materials is really the essence of hand embroidery, a skill I try to pass on in every course I teach. But now from earth we move to air. The next material is so light it feels like a breath. Let's move to a material that almost challenges the definition of embroidery: feathers. When a dress seems to float and look ethereal, there is probably the work of a feather artist behind it, a plumassier, a master of feathers. The Atelier Les Mariés, part of Chanel's métier d'art, is perhaps the most famous in the world. It's not just sewing on feathers, that's for amateurs. This is aerial architecture. The work begins with selecting goose, ostrich, or rooster feathers from ethical, controlled sources, which are washed, dyed, and even curled one by one. Here, the cost is not so much the individual feather, but the labor and the artistry. A feather embroidered panel can add tens of thousands of euros to the value of a garment. They can be sewn one by one to create a velvet-like surface or assembled on organza strips, and then applied to build volume and movement. Valentino is famous for its feather gowns, dresses that look like clouds but hide hundreds of hours of work. Becoming a plumassier is an artistic path of its own, but strong foundations in embroidery and garment construction are essential, and that is exactly the foundation we provide in our professional course. And now hold on tight, because the final material on our list is the most controversial and the most incredible of all. I am talking about embroidery with elytra, the hardened metallic wings of beetles. The wings of the beetle Sternocera aquaesignata have a natural iridescence, a green, blue, violet over gold that no dye can reproduce. They are like natural jewels. The cost varies, but you might pay around 10 to 15 euros for a pack of 50 wings. It doesn't sound like much, but to decorate a corset you may need thousands of them, which means the material alone can run into several hundred euros. In Victorian England, it became a scandalous fashion. Evening gowns covered with hundreds of these wings that shimmered magically in candlelight. Today the technique is extremely rare. The official, more ethical version says the wings are collected only after the insects die naturally, but in the past, let's say, it was a bit more controversial. The wings are cleaned, pierced and sewn on like precious sequins. The secret of a masterful piece is orientation. Each wing is placed at a precise angle to control how the light reflects, creating patterns that change color with every movement. It's a material that is controversial, beautiful, and cruel at the same time. The very essence of forbidden luxury. So, what do you think? From almost mythological silk to the gold of the gods and finally to insects. We've seen that these materials aren't just expensive, they carry history, centuries-old techniques, and a dedication that borders on absolute perfection. Real luxury, it seems, is not just how something looks, but knowing what lies beneath the surface. Now it's your turn. Which material left you completely speechless? The gold thread, the ethereal feathers, or the shocking beetle wings? Write it in the comments. I'm super curious to read what you think. And if any of these techniques made you dream of learning them, take a look in the description at the links where I've listed all of my courses. Thank you for coming on this journey with me, and don't go anywhere. Right here I'm leaving you a link to the next video you can watch on my channel.